All right, Panther fans. All right, so the first thing I need to do is apologize to Stu and at least three other people. Apparently, my acting skills on the recap last night in regards to the death of Ryan Lomberg. Apparently, my acting skills are better than better than I expected. And I got a few people. So no, Ryan Lomberg is not he's not dead. It's just the only viable excuse for him to be off of the ice. That was
Yeah,
the point. So
don't fuck around with that shit. Not cool.
I woke up to numerous texts from Stu. We'll just put it that way. I think he was first off just more pissed that I actually got him, and then the subject matter is like, come on, man, you can't. And he's probably right, but I just I mean I play with puppets in my basement. I assume nobody takes me that seriously. So all right, so we get you see Stu with the victory cigar, and it's going to be a little bit of a quicker one today. Basically, the show is going to be me bitching about Lomberg not being on the ice. Stu wants to make sure I understand the Owen Tippett. I'll let him tell you. And Stu, what do you got for me?
I'm gonna get players some ice time, but I mean, I don't know now, but to take out the guy we just spoke in our last video, that this guy
Right.
never be benched ever.
Right.
And what happens next game? He gets scratched. I just don't understand, especially putting in Owen Tippett, who's got to be the coldest guy on the face of the planet right now. The guy can't, he couldn't find the side of a barn.
Yeah, no, he could have open net from 2 feet away right now.
Awful, just awful. If there was ever a time for me to just say, look, I think his career with the Panthers is over.
Well, I mean, I talked about it a little bit last night. I talked about it a little bit in the article today. And you've mentioned it, like for Toronto coming over from Boston, the change of scenery, or Hagee coming over from Tampa Bay and the change of scenery. I still think he can be a productive NHL player. He's not as bad as he's playing. Right. Come on, all right. I mean, he's not a terrible NHL player. It's just compounded. It's just the ball just keeps rolling and it just keeps gathering more and more moss to where last night he's not even properly dumping in the puck and we end up with icing.
I'm not saying he's a bad player.
Right.
What I'm saying is he's not a player for this team. Look at what's his name? Howerluck.
Right.
So much promise, right? He did. They got rid of him.
Right.
So, the kid was a first round draft pick. He definitely has talent, but he's not going to make it on this team. I think he's confidence low, time low. He can't do anything right.
Right.
And quite frankly, there's other guys that have stepped in that have just, again, I don't understand of scratching who I consider the spark plug of the team.
Right.
Him and Hornquist. It really just, again, I can't say anything more than I said. I think Owen Tippett's career with the Panthers is over. I don't know, and this is just based on seeing him for a good solid year now. As far as for Toronto goes, all right, granted, we're 2 goals and 2 games. I think his days with the club are number 2. I just haven't really made a final judgment on whether or not.
One thing to that, because I know I said I kind of didn't want to get rid of both guys because of playoff depth. And a little bit of a related thing. Somebody posted to the Discord yesterday that it looked like Noel Acciari posted, I think it was to his Instagram, a picture where he was outside with his wife, and his arm is in a sling, and he looks like he's got fresh surgery bandages on his shoulder. Now, either it's an old picture he's just posting now, or something happened and they opened them up, because he posted the picture yesterday. So, and we haven't heard anything. But the last thing we heard he was like, chomping at the bit to get back in. They didn't really give us a real update. But if that picture that he posted yesterday, if that's from yesterday, they opened him back up because he's got a fresh surgical bandage on his shoulder.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
No, out of sight, out of mind right now for Noah Lachari. Again, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just talking in terms of playoff depth. You know what I mean?
The team the way it is now and the chemistry the way it is now. I mean, I know the players love Noah Lachari. I guess the coaching staff loves Noah Lachari. I just don't know at this point where he's going to fit in.
Right.
And don't forget, every time you put a player in, you got to take a player out. So,
well, yeah.
Who comes out?
Right. Yeah. That was so strange for me yesterday, seeing them slot Reinhardt in at 3C, Undell at 4C, and then just scratch Lusterin, and it's like, I mean, there's just so many backwards. I mean, and it worked, and that's the thing. The team is so good, the players are so good that we could literally play Yahtzee before the game every night and just pick 2 players to scratch, and that would be it. Just draw straws. Just everybody in the locker room every night, they just draw straws, and whoever draws the 2 short straws, that's it. And we would still probably win the same amount of games. But with Tippett and Vertrano, the two. I mean, Vertrano has seized the opportunity, right? He was scratched for, what was it, 1-2 games? And since he's come back, obviously, you see he's upped his level of play, and he's got a couple of goals, and he almost had more than a couple. And Tippett I feel bad for the kid at this point, because you can see that so much of it is mental and pressure and confidence, and you get to see it coming off of him on the ice. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure when the trade deadline is now, but you'd like to at least get him on the ice and maybe get him to have a good couple of weeks before you go trading him, so he ups his value again.
But Eric, he had so much opportunity, actually, when he was put on the top lines.
Right.
And he didn't do it. I'm sorry. He didn't do it. I know. This kid should have had 20 goals.
Yeah.
He should have 10 goals by now.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. This is, it's business. It's not personal.
Oh, yeah.
He's I mean, I have my personal favorites, Forsling, whatever, is one of them for sure.
Right.
But this is a business, and you don't produce, you're not going to be in the lineup.
No, that's true.
What can I say? I mean, it is what it is. Got to put the best out there. So that's enough on.
Right.
3 in a row. Not a bad way to start off this new reset. I'll call it. I'll call it the reset.
Right.
Nice to get a good going. But I'd love to see 10 in a row. I mean, one game at a time. We got Calgary on Tuesday. We're at home where we're 17-3. Best record in the NHL.
That is ridiculous.
God forbid we should get our away game going.
Right.
Deadly. Not that we're not deadly now, but I'm hoping, that will come around. And what's wild is I think we had a really good record on the road last year, but
yeah.
Obviously we got to win away because, we can't play every game at home, but again, I'll stress the importance of winning the division and getting home ice advantage.
Yes.
If the Panthers could have home ice advantage for the playoffs as they go round by round, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So
no,
I want to real quick.
What's good?
No, just you and I were very frustrated in the dog crap.
Yeah.
And I even said at one point, bro, I'm
right. Yeah, no, you were definitely. I was worried about it too. I was not. I was in a mood once I saw the lineups. Let's put it that way. Well, it was in a mood after the live stream because I screwed that up, and then and then and then when I realized that Lomberg was not playing, and I saw that Lusterinen wasn't playing, and I was just wondering. I was like, what are we doing? Um, but like we said, um, with the depth on this team, it's hard to make a bad lineup. It
So
really is.
what do you think was the turning point in the game last night?
Those the two quick ones. I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but up until then, Monty was having a hell. He was playing pretty well. He certainly looked like a capable NHL goalie. Um, and then we got to we Barkov got him there on it was a beautiful pass to Barkov on the power play, and he picked the right spot. And then the Bertrand, we got the two goals so quick like that. And I think once we had the lead at that point, I think that kind of deflated Montreal a little bit. And then any chance that they had, we came out early in the third period and added that fourth one, and then that was it.
Yeah.
I kind of anticipated a tougher third period. I thought it would be a lot closer, and Montreal was going to outwork us and be a pain in the ass. But we got that goal so early. I think that kind of took the wind out of their sails, and they kind of figured they weren't coming back from two.
Right.
And
so, Bob, again, the magic number.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We get 4 goals. I don't know what number I would put as far as percentage, but I would confidently say we get 4 goals for Bob.
Well, I think we looked that up. I think we looked that up a couple of weeks ago, and every game we've scored 4 or more, we've won. I'm fairly certain that we haven't had a game where we've scored 4 or more and we've lost. I'm pretty sure on that. So yeah, you're right. I mean that's the magic number,
And again, it's easy for them to get 4 goals.
Yeah,
we know when they don't get 4 goals a night, something's off, and good chance they lose. I mean, I'd love to see again. I'd love to pull up the record of all the games that we've lost and to see how many goals we've scored. And I don't think there's too many that we've gotten 4 goals where we've lost the game, and we've probably lost the game either in overtime or a shoot.
Right.
And when that offense is kicking, nobody can stop us. Hey, did you like that plagiarism last night from Goldie?
Oh yeah.
Who else uses the term offense?
Right.
I mean,
right.
That was my I coined that one.
I know. I don't kid me.
Goldie, if you're watching a podcast now, I'll have to come up with another new one that you can steal from me.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Randy to say Flying Fluffy is going to need his pancakes now, but we haven't done anything bad enough yet. There's been so few bad spots that but yeah, don't get me started there. It's a tight-knit community. You know what I mean? There's only so many ideas to go around, I suppose.
No, it's fun. I mean,
it's
I
fun.
heard that and I smiled a little bit, but really, that's what we have.
Yeah.
We have an offensive juggernaut that, when the switch gets turned on, these guys just go at a faster speed. And again, the opposition just can't, they back to the waves of wave.
Right.
We just keep coming.
Yeah. Then that's the thing.
And we come at a really fast pace. Again, one goal goes in, then another. There's been a lot of situations where we've had 2 goals in a matter of a minute or 2.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. And
like you said, after that happens, these other teams get deflated. I mean, we were down and then we were up.
Yep, and that was it.
In the blink of an eye. And then obviously we had again, I don't call Montreal an elite team, but even with the elite teams.
Right.
So anyway, far so good on the homestand. Hopefully we can take another 2 from Calgary.
Yeah, that's going to
Just,
be a test for the offense for sure.
yeah, Calgary's be nice to, get on the road 4-0 on the homestand. Hopefully, I know Tampa pulled out a win on the shootout last night.
Mm.
So they got 47 points now. So the next 6 games or whatever are going to be crucial. I mean, we need
Right.
a little help from other teams, but all comes down to just doing our
Right.
thing.
Yeah, no, it's like I said the first weekend back. I just don't look at the standings. We're playing hockey 2 points at a time. Just don't look, because it's gonna be flip flopping. Every week there's gonna be changes, because everybody is so tight. And at some point in the season, somebody's either going to go on a 4 or 5 game winning streak or a 4 or 5 game losing streak somewhere, and that's going to flip the balance and give somebody that 4 or 6 point cushion, and they'll see if they can hold on. Who knows how that's going to happen? You don't know how the health of everybody's going to go.
Well, Tampa had gone on a streak. I think it was 9 out of 10 games, or maybe they were 9-1, something like that. So obviously, when you get, look at us in the beginning of the year.
Right.
So again, we just got to stick to our business. Just keep getting to, and I agree with you. Season to watch this. But we're right in the thick of things.
Yep. No, we like you said, we need to win the division. But it's just so tight. It's just so tight, and it happened so fast. It's just like one day we were 7 points ahead of everybody, and the next thing you know, we were in third place. And I mean, I know we missed some games and everything, but it's not like we're sitting there with 4 or 5 games in hand. I mean, that all that really did was let everybody else catch up to the number of games that we had. So, but the biggest thing, for us is just continue playing consistent the way we have, and keep Spencer Knight on his game, obviously, because that keeping Bob fresh is going to be key. You see what happens to these teams like Tampa when if something happens to Vasilevsky, that's it. I know there's people that say one guy doesn't make a team, but Tampa Bay is not going anywhere if something happens to Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
So
one guy doesn't make a team, except in Tampa's case.
Yeah, and that's just not that they don't have a good team, but there's so many times in the playoffs where they're depending on Bass to allow 2 or less, no matter what happens, and he pulls it off. And their backups are just, the disparity in their backups is not good. So you just never know what's going to happen as the season goes on.
We for sure have to get 4 goals every time Knight's in the net.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
without a doubt, that's a must.
Yep, absolutely.
So we got to get that kid, the lead, and we got to get a couple of goals, so he's not feeling, intense pressure. I mean, there's always going to be pressure, but it's a lot easier when you're up a couple of goals than when you're tied or down. And that save one way or the other is going to make or break the game. So the game I'm looking forward to is the Canes.
Yeah,
I think that, I don't know what game that is later this week, but that's a big one. And I'm really looking forward to the Toronto games.
Yeah, that's right.
Mainly because of the media. Everybody's predicting Toronto's the team, blah, blah, blah. And there would be nothing better than to see a, 5-1, 6-1.
Yeah. 9-3.
So,
yeah, I got no problem with us rubbing it in Toronto. And if we get 9, I'm not afraid of Toronto coming back and shoving it down our throat the way Tampa can.
So that's all I got, bro.
Yep. Same here, bud. Same here. It's Sunday morning. like I said, my brain is about a third functional. And all right, so we play Tuesday. So Stu and I will be back Wednesday morning. Everybody have a Merry New Year. Enjoy the rest of your day. Dolphins will be winning today in overtime. Just throwing that out there for everybody, just in case. And Ryan Lomberg should never be off the ice. I'm sorry. I apologize for my acting skills.
Okay. Just remember, never mess around with death of somebody.
Yeah,
Just,
I
I'm
know.
sorry, it's just poor taste.
I know. Well,
Maybe you could say he slipped on a banana peel or something and, was in the hospital in traction, but not the D word.
I know. Hey, look, my brain hasn't been working. I've been struggling for ideas, man. I've been struggling for ideas. So that's what came out. And next time I'll make it a little bit more sarcastic. If I'm gonna do it, I won't be so good at it. I'll make it so obvious at the beginning that nobody
All right,
believes me.
we got to find out when the trading deadline date is.
Yeah. Well, we'll look that up and we'll get with that the next video so we can kind of talk about some of that stuff. All right, guys. Appreciate it. We'll talk later.
Yep. Have a good day, everybody.